I am surprised to see the Freeport Harbor proposing any increases. I am shocked that any business on Grand Bahama, period, would be proposing any increase. The Grand Bahama economy is in probably the worst state it has ever been. Here we are suggesting that we want to propose an increase to fees to cruise ships, mail boats, and ferries. That's crazy. When you look at the way the cruise ship industry is struggling now, especially those that come to Grand Bahama, when you look at the way the ferry service is struggling now, especially those coming to Grand Bahama, to suggest that you will increase any cost to them is unheard of. And in addition to that, when you look at the mail boat, how dare we now suggest that we are going to propose an increase to passengers coming from Nassau to Grand Bahama on the mail boat? These things are wrong. This is not the time for anybody to be proposing any increase. This is the time for people to be creatively trying to figure out how we hold on to what we have. If the Freeport Harbor proposes and advances with this increase that they're suggesting for January, it means that it will cost anyone coming from Nassau more to come on the mailboat to come to Grand Bahama. The mailboat administrators are not going to absorb that. The cost will have to be passed on to the customers. If you now advance this with Balearia, with Paradise Cruise Lines, who are struggling to come to this island, it means that they now have to add an increase for their services coming into Grand Bahama, when they're already struggling to find passengers. Many of the cruise ships that are coming to Grand Bahama today are not coming because they think Grand Bahama is beautiful and it's sexy. They are coming because the Bahamas government was kind enough to affix what they wanted to do in Nassau and other places in the Bahamas to an itinerary that includes Grand Bahama. Now, here we go. Nobody else is talking about increases, but here we have what is now the ugliest girl in the dance proposing to charge more. The private islands in the Bahamas are doing fine. They don't have the problems we have in Grand Bahama with their economies. Nassau is fighting to get its act together, but they're not proposing increases for business coming in. In fact, they're discounting to get business to come. The Grand Bahama group should really be considering discounting, not raising any fees. The Freeport Harbor, they should be discounting, not proposing to raise any fees, so that we hold on to what we have rather than perpetrating things that will cause a further loss of business.